What's up, everybody? It's your favorite prosecutor's favorite nerd. And today we are looking at the prosecutor from Impossible Toys for our Thanksgiving week special. One video every day. And he's pretty cool. There's what he looks like with the rest of the guys. He also has the feature. His works even worse, to be honest. It's a screw, like the battery's on the back of the screw-in piece. So you gotta kind of righty-tighty this thing to get it the way you want it. And mine's not going to work. I did have it work earlier. There you go. So, you put it in there, and you got it. His works really well. His lights up like the 4th of July. Very nicely done. It's just poorly engineered. It's the battery basically sits on the back of this piece here, and you righty-tighty to the connector and then lefty-loosey out. This guy actually has some articulation. The head is, it's on a ball hinge, it appears to be, but you pretty much just get the swivel out of it. And it could very well be a swivel, which is hard to tell. It could be a loose swivel, which is why it feels like it has a ball joint. That wouldn't be outside of the norm for Impossible Toys. Has a waist swivel as well, but you only get like a quarter turn. And there's a good chance that that might not be the way it's supposed to be either, that it's just a failure on their part. The shoulder rotation, and each shoulder has 3 of these limbs. There's a lot of paint. Face sculpt's a little wonky. The eyes, the face, the brow, all that. The mouth looks good. The rest of it looks a little off. The tentacles have this purple paint on it. There's good like silver on top of the purple here. Like that's surprisingly good. And then silver there, orange there. I mean, there's a lot of paint on this guy. The glowing stuff down at the bottom. It's got the green and purple and gray at the top. Like they really did well with this. Same kind of issue I have with the other one I have with this one. I wish that these were wired in so you could articulate them a little bit. He kind of always has the distressed look at the moment. And the translucent plastic has the same problem where it's bent to one side, so you kind of got to have to find the happy place and then put them in. And there you go. And he's pretty decent. He's a good stand-in. Size comparison wise, there he is with the eye gear. We'll keep it uniformed. And with the unique toys, and I gotta say the scaling still kind of works in eye gear's favor. And there he is with Masterpiece Grimlock, and that's not too hateful there. So that all kind of works out well. This guy has kind of a different set of wins and losses. The head sculpt could use a little bit more detail in the face, and the face is kind of the most important aspect of any toy really when it comes to sculpting. But the paint is phenomenal, and it's well done, and it's everywhere. They really made up for the lack of everything else with their attention to the paint. I got to give them credit where credit is due. I would have liked to have seen articulated tentacles and the wiring. That would have been a nice touch, but they didn't care to do that. And I'm not really one for the light up gimmick, especially the way this one is. It's just really, really weak. That being said, he's a really good stand-in. Like I said before, and it's kind of the rule of thumb throughout, at least with the actual proper Quintessons. It would have benefited from an update, but the chances of that happening aren't too high, especially in today's market. So he's a decent stand-in, and he's usually pretty fairly priced. So if you haven't got this guy, I advise you go ahead and pick him up. If you can get him for under 50 bucks. You won't be disappointed. He's a good stand-in, and the only downfall is he's really going to make you want the judge, which you're going to have to come out of pocket pretty heavy for. So with that being said, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.
Well, welcome back.
It's Tuesday.
I'd like to try to get off on a better start than we did last time.
You said you wanted what on a better start? Forget it. Go ahead.
Let's talk a little bit more about the toys that you collect. What kind of toys exactly is it that you collect?
Well, I collect a number of different lines, but my main passion is Transformers.
Transformers. Oh, didn't Michael Bay make some extraordinary Transformer movies? I think I took my son.
You have a son?
To see, yeah.
I'm suddenly less interested.
He's like 3, and
I
think he just loves it.
Yeah, well, he would, because he's 3 and probably a bit of an idiot.
Okay, I was looking through our papers a little bit more, and I see a charge for $40.
Yeah, that was.
You want to tell me a little bit about that?
That was for the Quintesson the Prosecutor.
So did we make any profit on that one?
Well, we didn't make any profit on any of them, but he's pretty much maintained his value.
Oh, I see. And he is a Transformer?
He's part of the Transformer universe, yes.
So he transforms?
No, he's a Quintesson. They don't transform.
So we collect more than Transformers.
Well, he's part of the.
Where do we draw the line, Skullface?
Well, at G1, G1, and then IDW, we dip into IDW a little bit, but mainly G1, Generation 1, the stuff that I grew up with.
Well, on a positive note, what I do see is there are some areas where, you may not spend money that other people would, such as your attire. You obviously don't feel the need to spend money on clothes or an iron or stain removal or...
Oh, I thought we were going to get started on the right foot. Look, this is a coffee stain, and I'm going to tell you why it's there. Every morning before my wife goes to work, she makes me a cup of coffee. And when she brings it to me, she's in a rush. She's in a big hurry, and it splashes up on the sides, and it comes over the lip and drips onto my shirt.
Well, I wonder,
let's not throw stones at my wife.
Could you not get up and make your own cup of coffee?
Sure, she likes doing it. She loves it.
What apparently she doesn't love is continuing to pay for your toys. So, let's get back to that.
Well, look, this one isn't increasing in value like the other one, but he's a nice figure, and to me, it's not about the money.
Because you don't pay for them.
Well, I type in the payment information. What's hers is mine. Is it not? Are you married?
We are not going to have.
I'm just asking. I didn't see a ring on your finger. I was just curious if you were married.
I am not.
Okay. Poor little Jacob at home.
Jonathan.
Poor little Jonathan, all alone without a male figure in his life. Coming up in a hard world. You got a future. I think you might have a future rapper on your hands. All these father issues he's created. Some people online, they call me Uncle Skullface. I could be a surrogate uncle.
Let's not derail again.
Hard to get. You're hard to get. I saw that Mini Cooper. That's not yours, is it? Because I went out there and I looked at it, and it looked like it belonged to more of a younger person. Last week when I came here. So then I got to looking at the other cars in the neighborhood, and I saw a Dodge Neon. And I'm thinking maybe the Dodge Neon is yours. And I was curious. All these degrees. How much are those student loans? They're probably a pain. How do you financially handle those student loans? Anyway, no, don't answer. So I was curious. With that 3-year-old, with no father, and those student loans, and that poor Dodge Neon missing the hubcap.
Sir, I don't drive a Dodge Neon.
You sure?
I'm positive.
I saw some files in there. I saw one of those.
I'm not here to discuss my
little
car or my child
little scented
or
trees.
my
Little scented
loans.
trees on
We're
the.
here to discuss your financial issues.
Let's discuss this Friday.